Okay, so that should prevent me from being flashed by the spotlights. Hello, and welcome to an MOH story. Today we're talking about creation. Now, this is the creation story that has been told in the Bible. So let's get right into it. We'll be using the screen again. Oh dear! Get me out of here! Okay, there we go. So now let's get right into it. There's been a question that man has asked for ages, and that question is, how were we created? Scientists of today are making up theories in order to answer this question. Some say that we evolved out of microorganisms, and some theorize that we came from another planet, that we were alien of this world. And some believed about the Big Bang, which is a big explosion in the universe which set everything in motion. A better question to ask is, who made us? For Christians, that is an easy question to answer. Christians believe that a merciful and loving God created each and every one of us and the world that we know. And Christians not only believe they know who made us, but also how we were created, when we were created, and why we were created. First is the question of how we were created. Genesis 1 verse 1 states, "In the beginning God created the heavens and the earth." Further on in the book of Genesis, in Genesis chapter 2 verse 7 says, "And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being." As for when we were created, creation scientists believed that the world began in 4004 BC. However, you won't find 4004 BC written in the Bible because writers of the Old Testament didn't label the time before Christ, nor did they label the time after Christ like we do using AD. They did, however, recorded the number of years that people lived, died, and gave birth in places like Genesis chapter 5 and chapter 11. As for the order of creation, on day 1, God said, "Let there be light," and then there was light. On day 2, he made a firmament that he called heaven. On day 3, he made the seas and dry land, grass, seed-bearing herbs, and fruit trees. On day 4, he created the sun, the moon, and the stars. On day 5, he created the sea creatures and birds. On day 6, he created cattle, creeping things, beasts, and man. And on day 7, God looked at all of his creation and rested, and that day became the Sabbath. And now we get to the question, why did God make all of this? There are many answers to this, and two of them are mentioned by the author. Genesis chapter 1 verse 28 says, "Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it, have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves on the earth." This passage implies that we are to multiply and rule the earth, and that is one reason why we are here. The Bible also says that we are here to have a relationship with our Creator, one in which we might know and enjoy Him, and thus give Him glory. In Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 23 to 14, it says, "Let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, let not the mighty man glory in his might, nor let the rich man glory in his riches, but let him who glories glory in this, that he understands and knows me, that I am the Lord." And that is one of the primary reasons why we are here. And that concludes today's lesson in Mystery of History. Whoa! Oh wow, looks like some plants that began to sprout. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed the video and see you in the next one. Goodbye! Looks like there are a lot more plants that began to sprout.